Yo, what's good, everybody? We're back with another Music Monday. On this Monday, y'all smash that like button, sub up to the channel if you're new, and if you haven't done so already, of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers, occasional trial hauls, but we brought Music Monday at the beginning of last year in
Yeah.
2023, and this is pretty much saying we're coming up on a year of doing this series, man, so definitely appreciate the people that's really been showing out and coming in for that joint. As y'all come in and out, smash the like button and sub to the channel, and I'm gonna let my homie go and do his proper introductions.
Hey, what's going on, everybody, man? I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. I know I'm kind of, scarce on the Music Mondays, but, I'm trying to make it back to them. I do enjoy them. We have some good topics on here. So, trying to be back more for those. But yeah, like I say, hopefully, everybody's having having my camera.
See, like the image went out real quick. So
Oh,
glad
good
to get
now?
back. Yeah, yeah, you good now? Yeah,
It's so blurry like that.
probably got to get that focus on it real quick.
Yeah. But besides that, besides the interruptions, like I say, yeah, just been you know, working. I hope everybody having a good Monday pretty much. So yo, I mean, we can just go ahead and get started.
Most definitely, man. I definitely had a case of the Mondays, but we here. I made it. A little bit of busy at the end of it, but we're gonna talk pretty much Blueface, and we're gonna talk. We cannot not talk about Katt Williams. We kind of had a pre-discussion. Dunks, you kind of brought it up at the Goodfellas meeting on Friday, so I feel like this was just a good topic that we kind of touch on because, to be fair, Katt Williams took shot not just at like movie stars and other comedians, but also a lot of music artists had to go in there. And let's keep in mind, I don't know about you, but I
I
remember.
mean, he really only talked about one music artist, and this
Well,
music,
the other one jumped in it.
this music. Oh yeah, but he didn't say anything about him. He literally said nothing about him.
It's something personal. I think you hit the mic.
Yeah, he said nothing about him, and I already know who you're talking about. Like,
Okay, cool.
he
So
sent a personal message to stop messing with a certain other person.
yeah, so we're gonna
So
touch on that.
that's what now you know who I know who you're talking about.
Exactly.
Oh
Uh,
God, this guy, man.
yeah, so we got to see how that's going on. One artist even did a freestyle of their response. Like it was, in my opinion, you come and it's sad part. I wouldn't be surprised if Katt Williams make a good like he's got stand up coming soon. So I wouldn't be surprised. It's gonna be a part. That's the one thing about being a good comedian. You incorporate your life experiences into
Man,
the jokes.
out of all that, what was said, and everybody with all their replies, and I'm gonna get to that in a few minutes too. But the one main thing that has not been said yet is he's a liar.
Exactly. Everybody that has said something, they didn't deny any of the claims
It
at
don't
all.
matter if they deny him, just call him a liar. Just say, bro, hey, he lying.
Yeah,
It don't matter. You don't gotta deny him because by you saying he's a liar, that kind of just cancels it all out. But Cube came and he even said that most of
sure.
what Cat was saying was true.
Yeah, exactly. I seen where he came online. Q was saying, hey, most of it, he how did he say? He said like, he said it like this. There's some truth to it.
Yeah.
So he left that vague statement.
Another person who just should have just not even said nothing was a fat face on lie. Like he didn't have to say anything, right? And there's this thing, like all
Yeah,
these people responding are with all that. Well, well, yeah, this how happened. Like all that looking up in the sky, all that, well, yeah, all that stuff. Like, but nobody has come out and said he's fucking lying.
exactly.
And
I think
he even called him a fat face on liar. See, and let's say nobody has come out and said Cat's lying yet. They are defending themselves, but they're not saying he's lying.
yeah, and he came out with some truth and made you think. And I guess we're just gonna stick it right onto the Katt Williams at the topic at hand. We'll close out with Blueface. We got the Slayer in the building. Says, "Yerp, what up, Slayer?
No,
Y'all smash that like button as y'all coming in and out." But one thing he noticed too, like he noticed a lot of sitcoms got like basically stolen. Like I forgot kind of hanging with Mr. Cooper, where that was kind of the same scenario of what is it, the Steve Harvey show? You know, He brought
Yeah,
up that.
they're trying to say, trying to base it off that. That's where where Steve Harvey got his the idea from as the high school teacher wearing the suits to school. You know,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah,
and I get that because but because they technically were both teachers, and they were both technically curricular teachers.
yep,
If you get what I'm saying,
yeah. Because Steve Harvey was the music teacher, right?
he was a music teacher, yeah, and then um um um
What was
Mark Curry was the basketball coach.
okay? Same concept.
Later turned principal, but
Yeah,
same with Steve Harvey. Later turned principal,
right.
So in a sense, it is kind of the same formula. They're
So
both
you
teachers with a dumb friend that wears suits and eventually made it to principal status.
and that brings me up to the dumb friend, and I'm assuming you're referring to the character that Cedric the Entertainer played, right?
Yep. Yep.
My thing is this: when he
But
went
who
in,
was Mark? Didn't Mark? Who was Mark? Because
I mean,
he
I
had
only,
one.
yeah, I only caught a few episodes of that one. I could probably look it up, and
Yeah,
it'll
that was a
probably
very
be.
early show. Yeah, that was a very early show.
It
I
was,
remember watching it though for sure.
I caught a few episodes, but it didn't stay around long though.
It didn't. I kind of put that in a category of what's that one show that In the House, like that LL Cool J
All
show.
with LL Cool J joint. You remember what's another one? What was I think what was it? It was called where he had Flex Washington on the joint. He don't get brought up in
One on one.
one on one. That did his thing. I used to like that show for real. He don't get brought up and he
But
stayed
see,
low key.
Flex is a comedian too, but Flex never brought into no conversations. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah. Do you think I never seen any of his
Flex big like you got to think Chris Tucker. He's not brought in no conversations.
yeah, and you notice also Cat Williams, while he took shots at all the comedians, he didn't take shots at like the real ones that hold him down. Like he didn't say nothing about Chris
He didn't say
Tucker.
anything about Chris. He didn't say anything about Martin. He
Yeah.
didn't say anything about
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy, Eddie Griffin.
Yeah, he stuck to the genuine ones, but then he said like all the stuff he did like bring up to me, and I'll be fair. Why people saying Cat Williams isn't funny?
Yeah, you froze,
Oh my bad, let me fix it. But why they say Cat Williams isn't funny to me? I don't see some other comedians not as funny as him. You know what I mean? Like
Cat Williams not funny because his jokes are too they hit too close to home. If you get what I'm trying to say, his jokes are too real. He tells more truth in his jokes than just some slapstick comedy that's gonna get you slapping your knee real fast.
Yeah, I was gonna say if I compare him to Kevin Hart, I'd rather literally just check out Cat Williams stand.
Yeah, and then like after Cat did what he said on Club Shay, then Kevin like went like on the NBA with the with the cup boys, something like that.
I
And
think so.
he was trying to crack. He was trying to crack on Cat Williams right there. Like,
yeah,
okay, like for one, you can't do it because he's already done it.
yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? He already kind of like put it out there. So it's like you try to come back at him it makes it seem almost like like some hater retaliation, and then you're gonna go try to do it on there. Like, okay, you're gonna go do it with people who don't even got nothing to do with comedy. So of course they're gonna find you funny.
Exactly. They're
they say a motherfucker who don't do comedy, and you got a fucking professional comedian that come in, everything will be funny.
Exactly.
But to a comedian that does comedy, they just sit there and look at you like,
And it's crazy. This is Club Shay, which is Shannon Sharp show. This interview dropped 5 days ago and it's at 35 million views.
And just a little side note, for the people who maybe don't know who Shannon Sharp is, or have just tuned into who he is because of this interview. Shannon Sharp is actually a very very exceptional, very great football player. He played football.
Facts.
So he has Super Bowl rings. He made it to the Pro Bowl. Matter of fact, side note, his first Super Bowl ring that he won, he gave it to his brother because his brother also played football, but his brother had an injury that caused him to retire early. So
Nothing.
first
I'm
time
being
Shannon won his
educated
Super
right now.
Bowl.
Okay, I'm
So the first
listening.
time Shannon won his Super Bowl, he gave that ring to his brother because his brother never made it to the Super Bowl, and that was he looked up to his brother because that's his older brother.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little side note for people who think that Shannon is just or was just Skip's little side guy.
Didn't
Um,
they get into it?
they did. That's actually why Shannon left because of Skip's ego and just some of the things that Skip did and said. And one thing that stuck out. This is a little sidebar off topic, but just something that stuck out with me about Skip that kind of turned me off from him. Pause, but
My dad didn't like
is,
it either, but go ahead.
is when what was his name? If I can remember, I think what that Hamlin kid when he fell out on the court. I mean, when he fell out on the
On the
field.
field, yeah,
Yeah,
for the Buffalo Bills.
yeah, when he fell out on the field, Skip
Yeah.
was pretty much
Did
saying like,
hold on,
um,
wait. When you saw that fallout, real quick, I'm gonna let you finish.
yeah,
Did you? What was your first thought with being nice about it when you saw? Did you see how he locked up and just like?
well, first off, my said, what the fuck wrong with him? What he doing? First, it's instinct, just off instinct, because you're just you're in the foot, you're watching a game and everybody's playing their parts and doing what they're supposed to do, and when you just see something like that happen, you think like maybe he trying to play a joke or it's a prank,
Nah,
because we've seen how the football players can get down these days, like with Antonio Brown and stuff like that, with running off the field. So we know the antics and the stuff, and
yeah,
that
he
go
ain't
on.
that type of guy though.
No, but just seeing something that off like that from the normal of a football game,
Yeah,
first off you thinking it's a joke, like, oh, what the fuck, what he doing, then you start to you see everybody running up and stuff and you realize it's serious. But yeah, first, like I say, first I thought it was a joke, thought like it was like something they just wanted to do, like a Bills like type play,
yeah,
but then you realize it's serious. But like I say, then back to Skip, he was pretty much like after that all happened, pretty much he was just like, is the game gonna continue? There's a lot riding on this, you know.
yeah.
Like, he's not even thinking about this young kid's safety, his health, what's going on with him. Like, you're more concerned about the sport itself and all the money that's into it,
Yeah, that's kind of messed up.
So that just kind of was off putting for me, and then just the whole little relationship between him and Shannon. So it was good for Shannon to go on his own. Like I said, he got the show with Ocho now, and he's got Club Shay. He's one of the biggest people in social media now.
Yeah,
So just outside of his success of all this that's going on for him now, he was an even better football player. Just a little side note for people who maybe didn't know, the history on Shannon.
facts by Dunks, everybody. There you go. The Slayer says Cat ain't lying. Dunks is speaking facts. Manny with a kick says West Gucci Polo and Dunks. Slayer
Nope.
says Cat for president 2024 Big Bug. I don't know about for no president now, but I mean we'll give him his credit. Um the interview has went viral. You know what I'm saying? 5 days, 35 million. It's probably got to be not in that short period of time. I know, like Shannon I hope he gave if there was some
So
type
this is Shannon's biggest interview.
this is his
Thus
biggest
far,
interview,
thus
but I'm
far.
like I feel like he got to get Cat at least a few thousand off of this.
I mean, Cat gonna get paid for show. This right here is for show gonna get Cat back on the main line.
Right. Yeah.
This put Cat back on the radar. So now people are gonna be trying to come in here with contracts and trying to give him shows and try to ask him to, hey, come do that same thing on my show.
Is Cat Williams too real for Hollywood?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I don't think Cat Williams can be marketed because I see Cat almost in the same light as Kanye without so much beating around the bush. You know
Speaking
what
of
I'm saying?
Kanye, he actually didn't even go in on Kanye. He actually kind of gave him a pass. You know what I mean?
What can you really say about Kanye? What business has him and Kanye ever done together?
It's just true, but he just seemed like he was giving his thoughts and opinions towards everything, and that was the one thing he didn't really touch on. Like I'm gonna have to definitely pull it up just to confirm. Um, Slayer says more like Shannon for president and Katt for vice president.
Yeah.
Yeah, I roll
I
with
mean,
that.
but see, the thing is, and I get also where Shannon was coming from, because Shannon, he's just there listening, catching straight bullets of the
Right?
thing. So, and he doesn't want to be looked at like he's like involved in this, because you got to think he's the platform. All
Yeah.
these guys are available and welcome to come on his platform at any time they want. So he needs, he kind of has to keep those bridges, keep those bridges secure, because like I said, you never know when Ludacris, you never know when Cedric, when Faison, when they may want to go on there and do an interview. But so
Now,
he kind of,
another question is: Cat Williams right about Cedric, the entertainer?
about the joke stealing.
The joke stealing for one. That's one which Cedric I think has denied that in the past, but don't quote me. This whole live is a legend and
Yeah, yeah,
opinionated base,
yeah.
everybody. But yeah, the stealing the joke, and then he also said like name one special that you see a Cedric the Entertainer on Netflix, while he has over 15. You know what I mean? So
Oh no, that was Faison. That was
that was
Faison.
crazy. Oh,
He
okay,
said
okay,
about,
cool.
yeah, Faison said that a Netflix special is easy to get, and Kat said I have 12. He has none. He has
Yeah,
zero.
if it's yeah,
And then that's
basically.
when Faison came back and said, if you ask me, that's like he that's a sign, that's a cry for help. What?
What
How is that a
the
fucking cry for help? Because he fucking exposed
making
that
money?
he exposed like that you try to say getting a Netflix special is easy, and he proved that he got 12 and you got zero. So and now that's his cry for help.
I'm gonna be honest. As far as Faison, honestly, he's another one of those like name one breakout role he's had. You know what I mean? Like he's always gonna be like a sidekick guy to me, comedy wise.
He's always gonna be that fat black guy in the movie, that funny fat black guy.
Like I can think of him. He played in. Then he played Wendell on the Parent Trap, or what
Yeah,
is it?
Wendell on
Parenthood?
Parent Trap.
Parenthood.
Parenthood. He was in Fat Beach back in the 90s.
And then he had the Big Worm joint.
Yeah, Friday. Um, he's playing in other couple movies.
Didn't he play in Class Act with Kid and Play, where he was in a jail? Like I think so. He had a
No,
little.
that was Money Talk. That was
That
Money
was
Talk.
Money Talk. Okay,
Chris
never mind.
Tucker with Chris Tucker.
Oh, yep. You know, man. That's why we boys. You know exactly what I'm talking
It's
about.
like they put their hands on you,
Yeah.
man.
Oh,
I stood there with some of my finest hoes. Oh, pause. I'm sorry.
yeah.
I stood there with some of my finest girls. Man, then they put their hands on you. Was it like this or was it like
But
this?
the point is, he is supporting. He can't do a whole movie, bro, by himself. Like he can't be a lead star. Like Chris Tucker, he can lead the role. Like he definitely showed out on Friday.
Chris Tucker. I don't. Has Chris Tucker done a bad movie?
The one I don't know what it's called, but where he had the gold. His hair was like golden with. Like, I never watched it.
And his name was Ruby Rod, or something like that. Fifth Element, the Fifth Element.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that one I never watched. Was it good?
That was them putting him in a dress.
That was close as gonna be. Yeah,
that was their version of putting him in a dress.
But see, I think why Katt didn't go after him is because, like, remember after like that Rush Hour 3 joint, he like, all right, I'm cool. Well, once he made it to the Rush Hour money, he never went back to the regular stuff.
Well, you got to think also. Smooth Chris Tucker was in the original movie, in the original Friday. So anything after that already was going to be hard to live up to,
Yeah,
like you see, Katt Williams has no issues with Chris Tucker. Katt Williams has no issues with Mike Epps, even though Mike Epps tried to come out and crack a little joke on him saying his Fendi was fake, which it wasn't fake. But anyway,
yeah, I'm almost positive.
I'm almost positive too that Fendi wasn't fake. And
Yeah.
so I guess that's just, I don't know, maybe Mike Epps trying to keep his bridges secured with those people, you know.
Yeah, he
But
basically
like I say,
picked a side.
yeah, but like I say, Cat knew who he already had his victims. He already had his targets. And like I say, Mike, just you honestly should be lucky. You know what I mean, you should be
Yeah.
grateful that you won in that, because you could have gotten it too. Pause. You know, but so like I say, he didn't say anything about Chris. He didn't say anything about Mike. So like I say, obviously those guys are, they feel like they all did pretty good jobs in the Friday movies. Like I say,
Yeah.
in the original Friday living being so hard to live up to, I,
Oh heck yeah.
I guess Mike and Kat, you know, did justice.
Okay. I feel like when Chris Tucker basically said he wasn't gonna do next Friday and all that,
Mhm.
um, I feel like they rewrote.
I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay, cool. But I feel like they rewrote the whole script on that one. I'm gonna read the chat while Dunks does what he does real quick. He should be back. Let me see what we got in the building real quick. We just kind of been zoning out and vibing, man. So y'all definitely smash that like button. It says, Slayer says, I only know Faison from Friday and Elf. I didn't even know he was an elf. But again, I guarantee you he wasn't the main character. I'm not taking shots at you, Slayer, but I'm just saying, like, Faison is somewhere, yeah. Like you can't be taking shots about something you ain't did either. We got divine photos in the building. Says shout out to Club Shay. That cat video has 35 million views in just 4 or 5 days, pretty much less than a week exactly. And I'm gonna say this: everybody rocking with Cat, man. He like the underdog, and honestly, I've seen he's not the first one to try to put all this stuff out there before, but usually when the people do this, everybody say they like wilding or whatever. But this time it just seemed like I don't know, he had barely been drinking. Apparently it looked like Shay was or Shannon Sharp was drinking a little bit more than him, but I mean he was on the spot. Divine Photo says even Gary Owen confirmed what Kat said about the stuff that goes on in Hollywood. Yeah, I mean, yeah, and that's the white dude. Not to sound racist or anything, but that's the white dude that be on the Kevin Hart stuff. But yeah, I wonder why he never went mainstream, And I feel like he's pretty funny for some part of it. The Slayer says this is true, but yeah, Gary Owens said, and I guess nobody really wanted to hear. But I will say this is the interview we needed to kick the year off. I mean, literally, who hasn't talked about this? I remember when Dunks was in the sold out meeting, or in the Goodfellas meeting on Friday. He was like, "Yo, you seen the interview?" I was like, "Man, how could I not?" And to keep it 100, I've seen it all chopped up. I didn't even sit down and watch the whole. I think it's like 2 hours and some change because it was so viral. All I kept seeing was the clips, the clips, the clips, the clips, the clips. Like honestly, I can go down a rabbit hole on that joint, so I ain't even mad at it. Um, Let me share the screen real quick. Let's see. Divine Photo says, "Why do you think Denzel don't go to them parties and still is married to his wife? He knows what goes down." Yeah, Denzel is about business. Denzel does his movies and goes home. You don't see Denzel unless he does his movies. He does his movies. He going to the official stuff like the Oscars and stuff where it ain't going down. Like Denzel is really low key.
Yeah.
So
Sorry, I came back on that. But fun fact about Denzel, for people who probably didn't know this either. Um, if you noticed, and once I say this, you'll notice it too. Everybody else will too. Denzel has come out and said that he does not do romantic scenes or love movies with women of another race.
uh
Yeah.
he has though.
What? Name a movie where he has been a love interest of another race.
In Training Day, his baby mama was like foreign, right? And then she was
Okay, that's a scene of the movie. That's not him being physically contacted with that woman.
she was naked.
Was he in touching her? Was he in the scene with her?
It that's what it was.
No, he said he will not do a love scene with a woman of another race. Her being in the movie and being his wife can be a different thing, but him touching her and making it seem like they're in that act, he said he doesn't do it.
It looked like they were an act to me. She's in the pillow, like basically butt up in the air, and like he got on like basically like
Well,
regular.
maybe those things have changed, but like I say, yeah, you are right about that. But yeah,
Remember when he
that
came
was
in and
one thing I
caught him?
did hear about him, huh?
Yeah, remember when you remember Training Day, right? When he
Yeah,
came
yeah,
with the joint and then he told him put the guns in the bag and over there,
yeah,
and he
yeah.
clapped with the
And
money.
maybe that was just the early, like the '90s, Denzel when he was, when everything was more, about, you know, keeping it together.
His earlier stuff was very serious, powerful roles, man. To
Hmm.
keep it real. And then Out of Time, wasn't that Denzel?
I don't even know what that is.
I'm gonna look it up. I think Out of Time is something he played in, and that, but I never watched it all the way because I don't like him being out of the character that I'm used to seeing. So, you
Which is
know,
what the character you're used to seeing. What, Frank Lucas?
yeah, basically, let me see, Frank Lucas, Malcolm X,
Yeah. Oh man, Malcolm X. That's my movie, man. But
yeah.
that shit is like what, 3 hours long? Right?
Hey, worth every. That's one of those where it's like it's not one of those movies where like, man, they could have cut the meat and
Yeah.
potatoes out and made it. Nah, that movie
You
is
gotta watch every scene of it. He was like,
yeah.
"Why you put that stuff in your hair? Let it, they, let it burn. Get your hands off me."
Well, you know what he really
Yeah,
said.
yeah, yeah. I know he said, but yeah.
Hey, good times, man. Hey, good
Oh,
times.
man.
But let's get to Cat Williams saying why he would refuse to vandalize Kanye West and blame society for his God complex. So let me share the screen on this real quick because this is basically what I think he said. He says Cat Williams has made it clear that he is not here for the Kanye West slander and claims in society fault that embattled the rapper in the way he is today. During his new viral Club Shay interview published on Wednesday, says the comedian was asked how does he feel about the number of canceled celebrities, which eventually led to a conversation about Yeezy and his rents. So, do you think Ye is still on the cancel side of things too? While we're just talking Music Monday here, um,
I feel like honestly at this point, Ye is like a marvel at this point. Like to see Ye is like, oh my god, you see what it is? You know what I'm saying? Because
yeah,
he's just such that of a like I'm not like prolific. If you're going, he's
yeah,
the things he's done and said, and how he's pretty much put his own neck out there.
yeah,
Like to see him now, you wouldn't even like really look at him in that celebrity light. It would be more in like a Marvel. Like you would just like, be like completely like in awe. Like it's like something you've never seen in your life. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
That's I, in my opinion, I feel like that's the status he's made it at yet, without having to do all the work.
yeah.
His regardless of all this, his name is cemented and is going to be cemented in whatever history you want to bring up, whether it be music industry, fashion industry,
I was just thinking fashion.
entertainment industry. I wouldn't doubt if Ye has had his hand in television and movies at this point. Well, he kind of has because he was in, he kind of directed Yeezus and shit like that.
Yeah,
So, but yeah, like I said, at this point, he's almost like I said, a marvel. Like like to see him is to see something that you've never seen in your life, and is gonna like it'll put you in a different perspective.
yeah.
Is that that's how I feel about Ye at this point.
He's definitely legendary status, and whatever he wants to be in at this point, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and just I don't know. Maybe genius is the right title for him because they say geniuses are always going to be, they always stand
So,
out.
so this is the type of power I'm talking about that this man got, in my opinion. Like it could be a room of 100 people. As soon as you walk in, dead silence, everybody quiet.
Yeah, I can.
That's the type of status I feel like he's at right now.
Right. So I think this is a quote from Cat Williams or what he said. He says, I suspect that we're pretty awful people if we say somebody got a mental illness and then we watch them do, Williams said, if you say somebody got special needs, then why would you be watching them and holding them accountable like everybody else? Wouldn't you grade them on a curve? So that's what I'm saying. Because people do say, obviously something upstairs is not
Yeah, exactly. Like you say, That's a good thing, like you say. What, if you see somebody with special needs, are you gonna really judge them like you would judge? Oh, I mean, well, at this point in time in life, what do you even call normal? You know,
Yeah, right. Exactly. What is
what is considered normal? But I guess what society considers a functioning member of society. So yeah, exactly. You're gonna grade that person with that handicap kind of at a curve. You know,
Yeah.
but they don't want to do that for him because they say, well, obviously you know what you're doing. You made it to a celebrity status.
Yeah.
But real thing, true thing, like autism is a thing, and people with autism
True.
are extraordinary at in certain fields.
Yeah. Whatever they focus on, they
Yeah,
focus on.
just because it's not mild autism and showing blatantly in your face. You know, it could
Yeah.
be just that small level of autism. People, like I say, you know, mental illness is a real thing, and a lot of these artists are mentally ill and have issues. But they're able to push through it through their art.
This is true. Cat also says, I mean, what are we reacting to? You're the one that put him in a position where he thought he was God. Y'all are the ones that told the guy that writes musical lyrics that he is a genius. What do you expect? The guy's a married whore. Wow. So I don't know. I mean, because at one point he was all on the like spiritual journey, and then he just went
Mhm.
downhill too. So he was all over the place. So I feel like again, Cat, I feel like this was probably one of the realest interviews we probably haven't seen in a long time, compared to the typical standard, like what I mean, and the person get out of
I
there.
mean, that's probably the next best interview, next to the Kanye drink chops.
Yeah, that one went crazy too. Ironically, right? As we talk about it, says elsewhere in
Mhm.
the interview, Williams took several shots at Diddy, who was recently accused of several instances of. Uh, I'm just gonna leave that part out, but vehemently denies the wrongdoing. At one point at the chat, the 50-year-old said that he turned down an invitation to one of Diddy's parties due to um, certain activities taking place. I had to edit that one out for YouTube. But yeah, because allegedly, apparently at these parties, the Diddy's hold down and go down, in all different type of unique ways and what I guess
Yeah.
whatever you're liking to. And this is all alleged, we don't know. But multiple people have come out and said similar things. Another person who tried to speak out about not necessarily the Diddy allegations, but how it goes down in Hollywood was another person that played on what Friday After Next was the dude that played Damon. What's Terry Crews? Terry
Oh
Crews.
well, Terry Crews has already come out and said that he's been sexually assaulted. He's already said he's been sexually assaulted by a high power guy in Hollywood.
Yeah. And what him,
Allegedly.
huh?
And I would say allegedly.
Allegedly. And also, how do you feel about with that situation where he tried to expose it and everybody just didn't believe because he's just like from what I see
Yeah,
on
because
camera,
nobody wants to believe that this can happen to a man. And that's what's crazy about the
a man
situation
of
right
his
now.
stature. That's the nice way I said. Like he doesn't,
And I'm not even just put a man of his stature. I'm just because any man can they can happen to any man.
yeah,
You don't just have to be wealthy or a celebrity. It can happen to any man. And it does happen. But yeah, about that, no, he's not lying. Um, do I feel like is there more? And this is a very sensitive topic. Like
yeah,
is there more? What is there more of that type of going on, or and this is to put it in the nice words, is it more of that type of story going on, or more of the underage stuff going on? That's to put it in the nicest way.
yeah.
And
Either way is not a good thing.
it's not. And so, like I say, yeah, I think it's happening all around. Like I say, we clearly saw what happened to what's that guy? The guy from that '70s show,
Uh, which
Danny
one?
Masterson.
Which one was he?
Hyde, the one who was playing like the more hippie guy with the sunglasses on.
With the curly hair joint.
Yeah, with the
Okay,
fro, yeah. So
okay.
remember, he got 30 years.
I didn't even know. I
Yeah, he
forgot.
got
'Cause I
30
ain't
years.
really.
He got 30 years for rape, and sexual assault.
Yeah.
So is
I I never even got into that '70s show though. But
well,
I know just enough from
yeah,
the
but I'm
cover.
saying, we're just speaking from using your power, using your powers for evil.
Yeah, I see. Yeah,
And so that's definitely one of those situations. And like I say, we're seeing like now that they're starting to open up that list for that the Epstein stuff.
yeah. I'm very curious whose name's gonna be on that.
Well, they've already started saying some names, like
I
I
saw
don't
they
want
said
I don't
Bill.
want to be naming them, but yeah,
I heard Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton, Oprah, all these people, man.
Yeah, I ain't heard of Oprah joint yet.
I
But again, who knows?
think she's not like I would just have
I
to
don't
tell you
know.
about I just have to tell you about my opinion of Oprah offline. But it's just
Oh, you're one of those, man.
what do you mean one of those? There ain't no one of those. It's the truth.
In her prime, though, in her early years,
I
she was.
feel the same way.
My mom used to love Oprah, and
Yeah,
then
what you can't see, you can't hate.
no, she used to love Oprah, and then somewhere along the line, as the show aged, my mom was like, "It's not the same," and she's like, "Nah, I can't deal with it."
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you want to speak it from the show perspective, but just speak on it from a person perspective, who she is as a person.
I mean, she seems like an alright person to me, right? I mean, she also was a victim of stuff that happened to her when she was young too.
So you turn around and do it.
I don't know if she did it to anybody. I don't know about
I
that.
do it. You can be guilty by association.
Maybe he was trying to do that to her, and she did whatever. You know what I mean?
Well, we'll just leave it at that. But anyway,
Yeah, I don't know, man. This is all alleged. Let me hit the
I
chat.
mean, right, you gotta remember she had a school in Africa that got shut down because the 14-year-old got pregnant. So
Oh, I didn't know that.
we, we talked about it before. But
Oh
yeah,
wow.
she had a whole school that shut down in Africa because the little girl, the 14-year-old got pregnant. And they put it like in a backpack or something.
Oh wow. Chill, bro. Chill.
It's not me.
He just going off what he heard allegedly. Um, let's see. Divine says the reason people mad at Shannon is because he didn't give Katt pushback on the things he said. He was caught off guard, bro. He asked the questions, but I don't think he was expecting him to be that like uncut. You know what I mean? Like straightforward.
Yeah.
And yeah, he just kept going. And then I've seen where Shannon said, like, yo, I never said once that I was like a professional. You know what I'm saying? He give people a platform. Hell, you want to come on, speak your truth. And thing is, his show finna go viral here because not
Oh
only
yeah, he's gonna go up for sure. Yeah.
yeah, because now people want to let me come on and talk the same way too. And, it's basically like his is like uh I guess in my opinion, it's like kind of gonna be like drink champs because they be drinking on there. Like it's low
Yeah.
key more of an impersonal drink champs. The problem, my thing with drink champs, not that it's not good, but I feel like production wise on how they shoot it, I know they doing it like the lighting is just a little too bright there. They need to work on the lighting. That's what I'm gonna say. They need to work on the lighting in there. And then maybe it could just be my TVs. I don't watch on the phones. It's just honestly, that's my whole thing. But everything else, I seem like they still trying. And then who was the one where it seemed like that joint was out of focus the entire time? And I'm like, y'all didn't hire professional
I mean,
cameramen.
you gotta think, man. Think about this, man. Just because it's on TV, man. These aren't professional sets because this stuff costs money too.
Yeah.
So you gotta
And
think they
we
probably.
know personal hand just having our setup here. And like, I ain't
I'm
saying
saying
that.
they're probably using fucking cheap ass little Amazon studio lights.
Yeah. I said that. And
Them budgets not it's just because they're on TV and shit, everything look all glitz and glam. Like that shit behind the scenes, they probably had a $2,000 budget for that shit.
yeah. And then I never forget the
And then
horrible.
that's probably because they had to pay Katt for coming up there.
Yeah. So like that's my whole thing. Not saying it's not good. And I remember
Yeah,
that
yeah, of course.
Birdman. I remember the Birdman interview, not the one with the Breakfast Club, but he did one with Angie Martinez where they were out on a boat, and that joint was like I don't even think that joint reached 1080p, and the audio quality was horrible. And people were like, man, I'm not gonna watch it. I can't even hear it. You know what I mean? Like I'm.
Hey, speaking of Breakfast Club, shout out to who? Jess Hilarious, right?
Yeah, what you mean? Because she
Jess
become the third.
Hilarious. Yeah, she's the co-host. I know it's a little late, but still.
She wasn't on there today though. But see, she got her own thing going too. So I don't know how that's gonna work because she really be there full time.
Man, well, the only thing, because you got to think, you only saying it that way because the only thing that Charlemagne and Envy got is Breakfast Club.
No, Charlemagne does the Brilliant Idiots joint.
Oh
And he
yeah,
got
that's
her,
right.
and he got other little. I know, yeah, it's not.
And I
You
say,
know,
well, Envy, he got a cell waiting on him. So
hey, you know he had to the 8th, which is today, to turn over the documents.
yeah, so say he got a cell waiting on him. So we're not even tripping on him. They about to get another co-host.
Hey, allegedly, we don't know, man. All I'm gonna say is he cooperate. He not really. I'm gonna say like Birdman. He really not like that. You know what I mean? He wants to be though. You know what I mean? Because one thing about Envy, he talks a lot of like he's always prepared for XYZ. Like he just always tries to come across a little too perfect when it's like you're not. At least Charlemagne at least comes across like he's trying to live his truth. But I do feel like today too, I did see their reaction to the Katt Williams interview with Club Shay and Charlemagne, even on the Brilliant Idiots, he took up for Kevin Hart saying he got it out the mud, and he wasn't. Like he didn't sell over. Like basically what Katt Williams said, Charlemagne is disagreeing and said they saw him come up from the mud.
Well, that don't got nothing to do with once you get to them doors, everything everything that got you to the point that to those doors you throw out. You know? Like all the morals and everything you stood for that got you to those doors. Once you go through those doors, all that means nothing now. You know?
Right.
And that's that's everything that Katt was pretty much saying,
Yeah.
Like that they pretty much they got it and it's cool, they got it, but at what cost? What did it cost them to get it?
Exactly.
Stealing jokes, selling out, just doing like just dirty stuff,
I'm gonna be honest, I seen Katt Williams in person as well. Live. I mean, to be
Could
honest,
you see him?
huh?
Could you see him? Like he's like this, probably like this big, huh?
No, I had like up close seats and everything.
No, what I mean, like in real life, because for what I'm sure me and him are probably about the same height.
Let me just put this. This is what kills me. Like, obviously there's several different comedians. I'm gonna make a long story short. There's several different people that go on before him or whatever. You know what I mean? Obviously his whole little crew. And then when he comes out last, and then he does a little fire joint. The first thing he does when he comes up here is like they intentionally, and you can tell it's done like that on purpose. Since he's much shorter than everybody else, they leave the mic at like everybody else height, and then so he comes up.
Obviously, the part of the set,
Yeah, it's part. You could tell. Like I'm like, all right,
it's his opening joke, pretty much,
Yeah, he walks out, and he jumps up and struggles to grab the mic and bring it down to his height.
And they try to make like a joke about them, like they did it on purpose. Well, they really did do it on purpose, but he's trying to make it like they did it on purpose because he's short.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then he looks back at them and shakes his head and everything, and then like I'm just like, all right. And then everybody busts out. I was the only person
because he say some dumb shit like stupid,
Yeah. Like I was the only person like, man, I'm gonna need something else better than that. Pause, because that ain't.
Yeah. Like
Yeah, like no, like that. Like I just look up like okay, but everybody else
was he funny in person though?
He had a few.
Or was it funny? Was the experience funny? You know what I'm saying? Because you experience everybody else laughing. Ha ha ha! You know
Hey, that's how Dave Chappelle said on stand up when he took his son. Remember, he said like he took him there. He said he killed it. My son's laughing like he's never laughed. He said he looked at him like, I do this too, right?
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, were you laughing? Were you laughing because Katt was genuinely funny, or were you laughing because of because you were just there in the experience, and you look over, he like, that is funny.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's the experience. It's not. Yeah. It's not him.
Exactly what I'm saying. And I feel like that's with anything. You like with the and that could be any comedian. You're not like laughing at them. You're laughing at the experience. You're laughing at the jokes. You know, like the person don't matter. The jokes are what's funny. You know.
Speaking of
So
that,
honestly, can you really say that person's funny? No, the jokes he tells are funny.
yeah,
He's not funny.
yeah. And like I said, his stuff was okay, but I mean, like if I had to pick, I'd probably go to the Cat Williams, especially Cat Williams in his prime, man. Um, and then one thing too, nobody at all. A lot of
Oh, you said I thought you were talking about Cat the whole time. You talking about Kevin?
now I was talking about Kevin. Yeah, I
Ah,
seen Kevin. I didn't
oh,
see.
I thought
No,
you were
I
talking
haven't
about
seen
Cat the
Cat. I
whole
haven't
time.
seen
Oh.
Cat. No, I said
Oh yeah, then you're right. I already know about the whole Cat Williams, the mic theme. Yeah, I already know. Yeah, that shit.
yeah, the Kevin.
That's
Yeah,
why when you said that, I was like, Cat
no,
does that? I was gonna say,
well,
I thought that was a Kevin thing.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a
Yeah,
Kevin
yeah.
thing. I
But
went
in
to
my
Kevin
head, you were
Hart.
talking about Cat the whole time.
Nah,
But
the
then the
Kevin
mic
Hart.
thing
He
just
does
didn't
the
click to me.
yeah, Kevin Hart. He does that, and he
Yeah, yeah.
looks back and shakes his head like, "Nah, Cat don't come out. The Cat come out there like he already like it's he
Like
on
he already on the stage. Yeah.
yeah like Kevin like he walking like he up there scared, and then he gets
Yeah, to
everybody
warm
attention.
up and get everyone. Hey, is this
Yeah.
funny? We go over. You know.
Yeah, and you can tell he do the same. And I'm not saying they all don't, but you can tell he do the same jokes every like show. And like at this point, he got it. You know what I mean? He only have to think about it. You know what I mean?
Speaking, we completely off topic, but speaking of comedians and stuff, do you remember that time when Jamie Foxx was roasting that guy on the roast of Shaq? It was a
Nah.
no, it wasn't. It was a roast about. I'm sorry, the football player, Emmett Smith. I think it was a roast of Emmett Smith, and then Jamie was roasting the guy that was supposed to be roasting the guy. It is funny, man.
I got a
I'm sure
clip.
people in the chat know what I'm talking about. But Jamie was he ruined this guy's career, man. And
Oh
this
wow.
happened like in the early 2000s.
Oh wow. Jamie had his run too, man. He been keeping a low profile. Other than that,
Yeah, and now I'm going back though. I watched the Jamie Foxx show and I just seen how cheesy it was, man.
yeah, it
Like,
was.
Jamie, bro, like who you want to be with? you know,
Yeah,
you must be like weird, dude. I guess it was in the 90s though, you know.
I watch it just because of the history when I was watching it growing up. Like,
Yeah, but in my older age, I just see how cheesy it was and just how Jamie really didn't fit the show.
yeah, or you can say like we can say that about even the Family Matter stuff, man. Some of that stuff was a little cheesy too.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, but the thing about them though, about that show is messed up because they told them that you guys will never be as popular or make as much money as Full House.
Oh wow,
And
yeah,
they were out at the same time,
yeah,
They told them that you guys will never be as popular or make as much money as them. And this was the producers telling them this.
wow, that's messed up.
You know how it works.
Yeah. Let me hit the chat real quick. Let's see. Devon says the reason people let me know. I said Devon says what people have to understand is Shannon did not know Cat was gonna go off like that. Plus, you have to let your guests be comfortable and speak their mind.
Unlike Drink Champs, who did know
With Kodak or
with the A,
with Ye.
they
Yeah,
did know. They did know that he was going to do that. They did know he was unstable like that,
I mean, yeah, but I mean, at the same
and they
time,
knew the questions to ask him to trigger him.
and he like I didn't even know.
That's just my opinion on that situation.
The
I
thing
feel like
with
they
drink
knew what
champs
they were doing.
is because they be there so long, them people get heavily under the influence, and let's not forget the
They just
ones
start
that
asking questions. They just start digging deep in the crates, asking
right,
questions like, "Hey man, what happened to you and Jay-Z in 2006?" Shit like that.
yeah,
But then here come Kanye, with some bullshit, like motherfucker, some shit that's 18 years old.
that Jay Z probably didn't remember.
Yeah, I'm saying, but that's Drink Champs. They'll dig in the crates on your ass.
I think the worst one for me still got to be X, like
Oh,
Kodak's. That one
I
was.
was on there like, yo, like completely fucked up.
I would have been like, hey man, Hey, cut the shit.
Uh,
I went. I like. Remember when I got zoned out here that one time, and like we was about to stop it.
mm-hmm.
He was way goner than me. So like, yeah, and you know, like he was standing.
He's looking at other stuff, the
Yeah,
Florida stuff.
yeah. Like I said, it's a difference between what they get and what we get. And like he was like, and his homie that was sitting next to him was like, he was gone too, but he just was sitting still.
Well, I'm just gonna say this. I feel like Kodak was probably on the same thing that Trick Daddy was on to make that response video.
Out of nobody. Speaking of nobody at all,
I'm saying, bro,
in the Club Shay interview with Katt Williams, he didn't even bring him up. Did they even say his name?
No, Trick Daddy was not brought up.
He went off the Rick Smiley joint, right?
Yeah, he said, "Yo, keep Ricky Smiley name with your mouth."
And then he got mad. He brought up that
I seen the video. You got your head in a headlock.
No, he said that he also felt some type of way. There's a Trick Daddy joke that Katt Williams does.
Yeah, but how long ago was that?
But it's not even an insult though. He's saying like,
how long ago was that? Still, you just woke up to that, Trick Daddy.
Yeah, my thing is this: like, it can't be my thing is it really wasn't an insult. He's saying like, basically, he's trying to go on some motivational stuff of like, hey. If he can do this, anybody can. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I mean, it's not a diss, but it is.
Oh yeah, because he said if anybody can rap, then I mean, if he can rap, anybody can rap.
No, he said if anybody can cook, open
up
and cook.
Yeah, the food.
You know, yeah. He got his own food joint, and I know you don't seen it on YouTube. He got where he had it.
I mean, but without saying him directly, that is kind of a statement. Like, you know, anybody can cook anything. You know, I mean. Honestly, anybody can do anything, you know. It's the matter of paying attention to what you're, to what you're doing, you know. Like I said, we have 2 free universities that that you'll never have to sit in the classroom through. You can learn everything. Google and YouTube.
Yeah,
2 free universities, 2 free classes to anything you want. Teach you everything you need to know without having to pay any tuition.
Yeah, if you search,
you can learn how to be a brain surgeon on YouTube, probably.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. You know, you just don't have the actual degree or certification or whatever it is to take to have that joint.
First of all, you cut this nerve, like on YouTube, they show you a whole brain dissectomy.
I got a few people in my family and some people. I ain't gonna say where, but they pretty much work on their own vehicles. But I thought they always knew what they was doing. But
they went to YouTube University.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, I'm gonna just focus on one family member. Like, we thought he was really, really good with this stuff, and then my dad, like, yeah, every time he come out and do this, he watch it on YouTube. YouTube video be about 15 minutes long, take him about 2 hours.
Because you look at the videos, though, they said this screw right here. I'm not seeing that screw. That type of shit, you know, like, what screw? I don't see that screw.
Yeah. So
like, look at the video, try to pause it. Okay, he said this one right here. Let me just twist this one. That's not the right wire. Which wire are you talking about? Let me start this video over. Like that type, trust me, been there. When I was building my computer, I went to YouTube University. So I know.
I mean, we all do. Hell, like I still go to look to do certain things too. Like if I need to.
But just in today's times, there's really no excuse, you know, because like I say, everything is literally right here at these fingertips. You know, you can learn anything you want to know, you know. And YouTube University is free all day, every day, open 7 days a week, you know.
Exactly. Let's see. Let me hit the chat real quick. Pookie Love says, hi, everybody doing goddamn. Let's see. Manuel the Kick says, don't go through those doors. Nori voice says, Devon says, looking back on the Martin show, he wore a dress as Shanae. He definitely
did. He did, and as the mom. Let's not forget that too.
Oh,
Martin.
He did a mom on Martin show?
Who was his mom? He played his mom too.
Oh, I didn't know that. But I know he definitely did Shanae.
I don't care what nobody say. This is Martin is for show. In probably my top 2 shows. Martin probably, if it's not number 1, it's for show number 2.
Martin, I still watch the hell out of it.
That's what I'm saying. If it's not number 1, it's for show number 2, and that number 1, I don't even know what I would give that to. Honestly,
it got his corny moments too, though. Like, You
Yeah.
know what I mean? He says his dress as Sinead is that what most of these actors had to do to keep their roles, or even Ricky Smiley had to wear one. Yeah, and even Eddie Murphy has done one as what Norbit, right? Um, and then yeah, like that's a thing where and Dave Chappelle has brought this up on his show too, where it's like they wanted him in Big Mama's house to wear a dress, and he said he wouldn't do it. He didn't see the point, and he wouldn't do it. Remember
Oh,
Dave Chappelle when they tried to get him to
oh
play,
yeah. It'll be funny.
yeah, and then they were like,
Like,
this,
what to do with you guys in the dress? Like, why don't
yeah,
you just do it?
and then they, yeah, pretty much, and
He
then
said,
they
I'm
were
not
like,
putting on the dress. Stop asking.
then he went on the one person who hasn't responded, and then we're gonna transfer to like
Yo,
the
we
blue.
already know who hasn't responded because he can't respond.
I'm talking about Steve Harvey, who
Yeah,
you
I say he can't respond.
he
I know
was
what you're
hey,
talking about.
hey,
That's
he
the
was
one.
he
That's the
was
one everybody
hey,
waited on.
he went in on Steve Harvey, bro. And then he did his impression like him too. I got hella weak on that joint, man.
Well, you know,
He said,
this
"After
Godfrey.
working together,
Godfrey does it better. Godfrey does it better. Steve Harvey.
I believe it, but think about Katt. He wasn't even really trying for real. He just was just going off though. Imagine if he actually tried to practice that for a show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then,
No, but for real, in all honesty though, this for show is gonna get Cat another special.
oh yeah, he got one in the works starring coming pretty soon. Actually, he's actually gonna be going on. He's going on.
He probably got three special. He probably got a three special deal from Netflix. Honestly, probably with this.
Yeah, he's gonna go in on that, and I think he's already started filming for
And
this. What I was gonna say.
who obviously who probably it's probably gonna we already know, but who has the most specials on Netflix? And I'm gonna just assume it's Kevin Hart.
I had to double check on that one. So, um, he seems like he always has one coming out every other few months on Netflix. So,
But can we talk about this Blueface thing? Because I did want to
yeah,
talk about that too.
yeah, let's definitely get on the Blueface joint because this Cat Williams joint, man, we could go on forever,
We
man.
damn near talked the whole live about just that,
Most
and
definitely.
never really technically even got into any deep conversation about anything of that.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and transition, do that the right way. Blueface Las Vegas shooting debt soars to over 14 million as rapper gets stung by interest. I think there was a shoot. He did the shooting at the outside of this, I guess, strip club.
Euphoric.
What happened?
Euphoric. That's the strip club's name.
That's the name of. Okay, you been there before?
No, I don't go to strip clubs, but I know
Yeah,
them.
yeah. Okay, cool. So, dang man, how did he get it up to 14 million? Let's see.
How did he get it up to 13 million? Pause.
Says Blueface now owes over 14 million to Las Vegas club owner following a 2022 shooting incident that saw the business forced into closure. So the business had to shut down because of this incident.
God, what did he do? He must have really had that. Jeez.
Yeah, I wasn't even ready.
They had to shut the whole business down. He had that bitch out.
I must say, yeah, I thought he just did like a little pow and call it a day. Like, I don't think did he even hit anybody? I hope somebody like.
I mean, he shut the whole business down. So, sheesh. He came in there like Rondo number 9 with the bazooka, huh?
He says, in October 2022, Tatiana rapper was involved in a shooting at the Utopia Gentlemen's Club, situated on Las Vegas Strip, which resulted in one man being injured. So somebody got hit.
So it's probably, but still, what causes the strip club to shut down completely? Because the guy didn't lose his life.
People probably don't feel it's safe there anymore and probably lost business behind that.
And also probably, he like you said, that one. He probably, shut down and probably gonna move locations or something. Like I say, yeah, but for sure, he probably like you're right. He probably,
Right.
But still, man, damn, I want to know what. Sheesh, just straight out a $13 million ruling.
So that's the next part that says the controversial rapper was originally ordered to pay 13 million to the club to cover lost revenue, lease charges, and lost wages. That sounds like the owner overly like I don't believe they're making no 13 million.
I mean, makes sense to the judge.
I guess, but I mean, like, I ain't thinking they making up. I don't know the whole 13 million.
See, a 13 million verdict is something like when the dude jumped over the counter. That's something that you would do something like that for. You know?
Yeah. That's a whole nother life. Man,
Yeah,
talking about that.
which fun fact, for anybody who doesn't know, also happened here.
Yeah, I ain't know it go down like that in Vegas, man.
Yeah, but
Y'all boys
Blueface,
wild
you
out
know, like we say, if he hasn't paid he hasn't even started paying it back, which was ruled in October.
right. And it says, according to TMZ, the sum has now grown to 14,386,100. Yeah, I can't even say the number. So over 14 million, like $14 million, due to Blueface failure to pay the damages and additional interest being added to the amount. I mean, they expect him to get that all at one time because I mean, like, dang, everybody get a
And
payment plan or something.
I mean, celebrities, let's say this: certain celebrities are rich, and certain celebrities do have access to that type of money. But Blueface is neither one of those.
Right.
He's not rich, and he doesn't have access to that type of money, and that's no alleged.
Okay, Mr. Dunks. Also, keep in mind, Blueface. From what I've seen, he's been asked multiple times. Remember, they were like asking, was he in? He didn't know even what type of deal he in. He
don't even know what type of money he's making, what type of money they're making off of him. And like I say, clearly, I mean, he don't really. I mean, I'm sure that the Tatiana royalties have dried up at this point.
I don't think he was getting maybe
if
a little.
If he even got anything off that song,
right?
And that's if he got, and that's even with the remix, which is fucked up because they made two versions of the song, and and both of them did, pretty good success.
Exactly.
And he saw no penny off that. Probably Cardi either.
Who knows, man?
But Cardi probably saw more money off of it than he did. Probably.
I sure hope so.
But I'm sure it don't seem like she got a bad contract. So
you never know, man. Because
you never know. Yeah. But
case in point, we can think of I think there's been rumors that Kodak may have a bad one, but he don't care because the label's pretty much he's living how he wants to live, and the label.
He said he's still Zoe.
Yeah, he missed Christmas.
How you get a whole president pardon and still end up back in jail?
Like those certain individuals that we have in our family.
Is this going off of that charge when he was pulled over in Florida?
I think so.
Is when he was he was in a parking lot, right?
Yeah.
And he would say he was going to get a toothbrush or whatever. He wasn't going to get a toothbrush.
I think they said he tried to swallow everything to pause that he had. He tried.
Is this stemming from that?
Yeah. And how rest in peace to Juice WRLD, but you know how he basically when they're playing out, he just did. He was trying to pull that, but the cop was like, "Come on, man." You know what I mean? All right,
this man, come on, put it right on count.
Yeah, he probably smacked him. Yeah, exactly. Give me this.
He stuck his fingers there. Give me that shit, man. What the fuck you doing, man?
Well, case in point, bring it back to one of the classic movies, how Denzel did.
Yeah, exactly. That's how they did fucking Kodak, and then slapped him on the back of his head.
Hey, he said, "Hey, you ain't got nothing? No, your partner don't stretch me up straight." Hey, sure. It got awkward and tense. He's like, he said, "What is that?" Hey, Denzel, man, one of the greatest actors of all times, man.
Yeah, but
period.
Verdict. Do you feel that Blueface is gonna not pay it back? Listen, because that's too far. That's too far into the future. Let's take it easy and start at the basics. Do you even think that he's even going to start paying it back?
No.
Or paying it, not even paying it back, paying
Heck
it.
No. Heck no. That man ain't even thinking about that joint.
I feel like he's going to try to take the easy way out, and he's going to try to file bankruptcy.
I mean, it should probably be true. This is my thing with him. He got too much going on too. Other than he got everything going on but music. Let's not get the Krishan situation. That's kind of up in the air. And he got his first baby mama on. He got her music on. What's her name? Jaden, Alexis.
Why do you think he's doing that?
He getting paid though.
I said, why do you think that he's doing that with her?
And then he's back and forth with Soldier Boy. And then Soldier Boy's baby mama. Then she
Yo,
found
bro, Soldier Boy crazy. This fool was like, yo, let's die. Let's pull up and die. you didn't see that video? Yo,
I read it, but I haven't watched it. Like,
yeah, Soldier Boy was like, yo, I'm tired of Blueface. Yo, let's pull up and die.
oh
He was
God.
like, look, let me know your location. He said, we'll pull up and we'll shoot it out. We can die. Oh, yo, Soldier Boy, chill, man.
Yeah. Oh my God. You know, Soldier always been saying big Soldier now. You know what I mean? I still remember him with the rubber band necklaces, man.
Mm-hmm. I think it's one of those situations like Soldier Boy, just like you talking all this stuff. If you're really about it, then come on. Like this is this is where it ends. Like let's stop doing all this talking. Let's just pull up and and do it and fade away.
Let me hit the chat. Devon says, as a kid growing up, it was funny, but as an adult, that was too much. Left my ass off. Devon says, Big Mama House 1 and 2. That was good movies, man. The
Two,
thing is,
so
Katt also brought up
2, not so much, but 1 was definitely good. Big Mama.
He also brought up that why was Big Mama House 2 even neat? He didn't have to shouldn't even be in it no more because they already don't expose it. So why do you have to do it again?
And then Big Mama's 3.
Yeah, so
that was when they bought Brandon T, and then Katt told him don't wear the dress, but he still did.
Yeah, and he did speak. I saw where he spoke out on it too.
Hey, Brandon was looking like he was struggling in that interview. he was on some stuff. Like he'd been through some stuff in life.
Oh yeah, man. A lot of them actors be on something serious, man. Allegedly. It reminds me on watching the Wayans Brothers, another classic one, by the way.
Oh yeah, that would probably be my number 3 show.
I remember
I'm still searching for that number 1, but number 2 for sure probably be Martin. Number 3 would be the Wayans Bros. Love that show.
Yeah, I like whenever Marlon was like getting ready to act, and he met the one dude.
Chill, bro.
That what made me think of that.
Chill, bro. That was one of the best episodes, man. Why they try to play weed out like that?
I'm just saying, like that's what I'm saying.
I don't die. Yo, chill. Hey, just take the edge off.
I should have never listened to that dude, man. I'm crying, bro.
Marlon was doing a whole like African routine,
bro. He went, and they just like they were just looking at him like,
yeah. He was like another burnout.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, chill, bro. Like,
oh god, that was a good one, man. My stomach hurt from that one. Let me hit the chat.
Remember the little friend they had on there, that was like the little pimp.
TC.
TC.
Yeah, man. I say that probably is a show I watch. Like,
yeah, I say that's the Wayans Bros. Yeah, hey, look up Marlon Say Cheese.
I know, right? Perfect, man. Definitely. If y'all ain't seen the Wayans Bros, watch it. Mm-hmm. Manny with the Cake says YouTube University with a skull. Oh, new dunks. Divine Photo says Steve Simp Harvey. Let's see, Manny got a good laughter going on. And Cedric the copycat Divine. Divine Photo says Mrs. Steal Your Jokes, the entertainer. Manny with the Cake says dead ass B. Think about it. I'm gonna be honest, out of the King,
Cedric the Stiller Tainer.
Right, the Stiller Tainer, that'll be a good one. But I was gonna bring up the Kings of Comedy real quick. That actually we used to watch that. Remember, I worked at the video store. We used to put that one on around the clock. I liked it. The only one I really liked, the real low key, was D.L. Hughley's joint on there, and Bernie Mac's, of course, legend.
D.L. and Bernie were the funniest for sure. Well, because all of Sad's jokes were stolen. Like the car one, was Katt Williams.
That's what Katt says, man.
Well, they put them right there side by side.
Yeah. The only thing he changed was his was a spaceship instead of something else, right?
Yeah, and fucking Katt's was an actual car.
Yeah.
Cedric said, "Yeah, the spaceship."
Yeah, I know, right? Let's see. I know, right? Manny with a kick says dead ass B. The new Dave Chappelle Netflix fire. I need to check that joint out. And then Manny with a kick says big cappuccino. Let's close out on Blueface. We're gonna be on for like another 2 minutes, and then so long story short. So obviously he's lost this. Like
I
I'm
mean,
very
he lost this case
yeah. Like you know, it's not
in every sense.
yeah. He got bail, but I don't know what
At what cost? Of $13 million cost?
right. And then obviously, Dunks, what you brought up related news to this was Soldier Boy demands a shootout with Blueface after concert respect. Let's meet up and die. Your exact words were
Yeah, I'm telling you, I saw the actual video. So
wow. Like I've got to see this joy on here, man. This is crazy. Like they don't have it on here for play, but that's all I need. Oh, here it is right here. Like I'm just gonna play this joint. You may not be able to hear it, Dunks, but I just gotta play.
I just want you to hear it and just die at this shit.
All right, let me see. Let me play. Let me see if I can cut the volume.
Like this dude's an idiot, man.
Hey, what was he on?
Let's meet him and die.
Yeah, he's like, just meet up and die. Whatever you want, anytime. The minute you see this live, just DM me. Let's meet up and die. Like, it's not that serious, bro.
Oh man, so
Not for me. Like,
he said he done with the fuck shit, man.
yeah, hey, whatever he on, you could tell it kicked in on another level.
Exactly. He said I'm done with the fuck shit, man. Let's just get it over with.
Then you know also Blueface was hit with the defamation lawsuit after mother of Soldier Boy's son files a complaint. So I mean, do you think
that too? Yeah.
Do you think he's even gonna bother even showing up to that one? You know, so who knows?
No, you gotta think he's probably gonna be due here back in Vegas soon. So he better stay close.
I'm very kid. Didn't he also like punched out a fan on stage or something?
I don't remember him punching a fan out, but I remember him and his crew mopping the floor with that one dude, and they took him off camera so Blueface could start hitting him. Don't you remember that? A couple months back, it was like last year sometime.
I didn't even know.
Remember, it was like the security dude, and like he didn't want to let them through.
Oh,
they checked him out, and then he moved him off camera so Blueface could mop him up too.
I guess Blueface really about it. Like
all you saw was Blueface orange going this.
Like Blueface been repping Crip hard, and ain't no. I mean, I guess he really about it.
Who are? Yeah.
Hey man, I don't know. I'm very curious what he'll be in the next.
Well, but then but see, the people he's fighting or he's picking on are vulnerable people. Like of all people, why would you go beat up your baby's mother's her dad, right?
I think so, yeah.
He did that.
Oh, he did. Oh,
remember?
Wow, yeah, he did. And
then once again, he went and him and his crew jumped that guy for not letting them backstage. Another weak and vulnerable person. Yeah. But then when you get somebody like Soldier Boy who talking about who really, let's get this shit over with. I'm for real. You're not responding. You see?
Yeah. I mean, he was at first, like, because he was trying to say that they should do a versus, and that's how I think it all started. And
fuck a versus, let's meet up and die.
I think Blueface looked like he just trying to hustle by any means. You know what I mean? To me.
Oh yeah, because at this point he's scraping by. Yeah.
Yeah, because let's just keep it 100. He got some hits.
Didn't they say he bought his baby mom a brand new house though?
Jordan Alexis.
He bought his Blueface. He just bought his baby mama a new house.
Which one?
With an elevator in it.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, apparently because in my opinion, the only reason he did that is because Krayshawn bought her own house.
Oh, I didn't even know that. So I guess he's trying to.
Krayshawn has a real story behind her. She was under Blueface. He had her. She was an athlete. Then she.
Yep. I know that part. Yeah.
With him, he had her fighting, got her tooth knocked out and stuff, and had her all obsessed with him.
Yeah.
And then she got
I'm
out of
glad she finally covered up the Blueface tattoo up.
so she got herself out of that situation, and now she up, and he can't take it.
Yeah. I guess he wanted, I guess sometimes it make people feel good, like knowing that, he thinks she'll always just be like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he thought that she was always gonna be living under his money, and now she got more money than he got.
Right. So, um, so
But yeah,
stay, we're very curious. I'm very gonna like every time I think we're not gonna do another Blueface live. I mean, at this point, they doing the antics to stay relevant to me. Is how I feel about it.
yeah,
Um,
he is.
yeah, it says Blueface was originally charged with attempted murder over the incident, but has later accepted a plea deal which saw the charges reduced to battery and discharging a firearm. So,
Well, you gotta also think about this too. Like Blueface was at Euphoric. You gotta think, man. Then the guys in there, hey, Blueface, yo, let's go see what time he on. They,
yeah,
they, check his temperature, see what he talking about, and he probably or that or they some way he felt disrespected because, like I say, he's already a joke in the media, and he went in there and they probably wasn't showing him the love that he felt like he should get, you know.
yeah.
And then he want to go off and try to show how big bad schoolyard he is. And
That remind me of that time. Sorry, bar, real quick, off note. Remember Jay Holiday? One person one lady was like, "Are you valet?" He was like, "Valets don't wear Gucci, baby." He's like, "So you're not valet?" Like he threw a "Do you know who I am?" card, and she's
oh,
like,
Jay Holiday, they don't like this one.
"Yeah,
This one like Jay Thanksgiving now.
yeah, it's over, bro."
Yeah, you fucking blew up, bro. You big now.
Yeah, I only remember one album from
Big
that.
buffet.
Yeah, I don't remember one album from that cat, man. Uh, but yeah, the future of Blueface, I'm very because he's lucky that this I guess attempted murder got reduced down to battery and just discharging a firearm. But clearly, as you can see, that's still
I
not.
say what cost of $13 million ticket.
I know, yeah. He avoided any jail time, but was sentenced to 3 years probation and banned from being in possession of drugs, alcohol, weapons, and is not allowed to be in Las Vegas unless it's for work. So
I
basically,
was gonna say that too. Say they probably banned him from here too, but he just
yeah.
pretty much said it.
So he just got that's basically what it is. Like he's on probation and basically don't come back to Vegas unless you got a show. He's not coming there.
Because
Like they gonna have
Vegas not gonna book him for one.
that, and it's like these people think they finna get that 14 milli from him.
I'm
I
saying
don't.
for one, you still owe the state of Nevada 14 million.
Yeah, he
So
not.
they're
He's
not gonna
not.
let you come here and make no money off them. And
Yeah,
you
I
owe
can't.
them
Yeah,
money.
he's coming nowhere near Vegas, bro. Says violation of these terms would see him serve the rest of his sentence in prison, which he got sentenced to 3 years probation. So I mean, even still, it's like I mean, I ain't saying that in a long time, but still, like that ain't not too bad.
It's not a long time, but you got, when you got stuff going on in your life, 3 years away from what you got going on is a long time.
This is
You
true.
know, especially like if you got kids and they're like 1 or 2 at the time, and they come out and they already like 6 and 7, and now they're talking and walking. Yeah, when you left, they weren't.
Yeah, valid
So
point.
yeah, 3 years is a long time. So like I say, especially when you got shit going on.
True. Man with a kick says, and his other baby mama living with Cardi B and Offset now. Allegedly, man. We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't heard all
Is
that.
that why Cardi and Offset broke up?
I think so, but they was back
With
active.
Jaden?
Huh?
Or with Jaden?
I don't know. But I don't know what the reason, but they were back active during New Year's. They both confirmed it. So I mean, I don't really take them serious because they on and off all the time. Like when they say that, I'm just looking at it like they just having a moment.
That's just still a ghetto love story.
Yeah. Oh, heck yeah. If there was ever one, they should definitely do it. And there's even if it hasn't been a movie done already about it, they should do it based off of them.
I don't understand why
They
Cardi.
need they need they next like the Family Hustle joint. They should have their own little spinoff on VH1. Cardi B was already on that stuff anyway, coming from Love and Hip Hop, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why not go back and get this money, man?
I'm saying they would definitely they would definitely have enough entertainment to have a show, you know.
Most definitely, most definitely. But let's wrap things up for tonight. We've been on this joint for an hour and 37 minutes, man. That Cat Williams joint, we probably could have just did a live on that alone. Um, we'll see where this goes. I'll have a feeling we will probably revisit a topic like this in the near future. But other than that, this was a good one for sure, man. Y'all smash the like button, sub up to the channel if you haven't done so already. Of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I do is normally make content about sneakers, occasional trial hauls. This is Music Monday. We'll be back Wednesday with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast with some more sneaker talk. So other than that, y'all smash the like button, sub up, and sign up for that Sold Out Discord. The link is pinned at the top of the chat, and it's free to sign up. And I'm gonna let Dunks take us out for the night.
Thanks everybody for joining us. This was a good one, man. I'm glad I was able to attend it. We got some pretty interesting topics today, you know. So you know, it's good to talk about those. Like Polo said, Katt honestly could have taken up the whole live, probably plus some time, you know.
Exactly.
So you know, like I say, definitely both of these topics will be revisited again, and for sure Blueface, because that technically hasn't even started yet, because he hasn't even made the first payment yet. So that was far from over. So I'm sure we'll get some good content out of that one. And you know, with the whole Katt Williams thing, I hope that all works out for him. And like I say, we all know it's a classic case of what's done in the dark always comes to the light. You know,
Facts.
you know. So the truth will always come out. And I actually saw this interesting thing that kind of like perked my ears when I heard this. And it said that Hollywood is falling right now.
I heard that too.
You know, everybody's being exposed for their dirt. Everything that was done is now being seen and exposed. And you know, it's just like the people, like you know, people, by the people they mean us. You know, the people are just waking up. You know, the
Right.
people are waking up, and we're starting to see the people for who they are, and we're starting to not see them through those rose-colored lenses that we always saw them through. You know.
Yeah.
So, you know, they say Hollywood is falling right now, and the pressure cracks are starting to show, you know?
True.
So, you know, that could be, you know, a little far fetched, but there could also be some truth behind that. So we'll just have to wait it out and see. But, yeah, that was for today. And Wednesday will be a new topic. So let's see what we got going on Wednesday. Hopefully there's a little more sneaker news, you know?
Most definitely, yeah. We'll get it popping on there. So other than that, man, we're officially out for tonight, man. Peace.
Peace.